Hey there, welcome to Casual Time with Louie, but this time it is my first time to have a casual time with a couple. It's Daddy Sonny and my Aunt Norma. They're a couple, they've been together for how many years already? 2003?
Almost 14 years.
14 years. Daddy became single, a widow brother, in 1994. So then he met Aunt Norma then. But I'll be interviewing or asking questions casually, each one of you. It's hard to, because they have, of course, they have their lives before they met. So I'm gonna ask that. Like, Daddy, you told me the story before. How was that when you had a radio show or something as you were a kid? How old were you then?
No, it was on a major boat. It was an amateur hour show.
Amateur hour show.
An amateur hour
On
show.
the radio?
On the radio in a big theater on 34th Street.
Ooh.
Yeah, we did.
Did you audition?
Huh?
Did you audition?
Well, I went to I'll tell you the story. When I
Okay.
first started to learn all of these things that I've been doing, my mother sent me to camp. A lot of us kids went to camp
Okay.
for 2 weeks. And I just was fascinated by a lot of the sounds and voices and things that I heard. And I
Like what sound?
Well, bird sounds and
Can you get samples?
siren, cop sirens and
Can you still do
shooting
this?
and
Can you still sample the sound? Any sound that you still can do? Can you do some sample?
well, I used to do the Japanese plane in the air with the Americans fighting, and you went.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah, whistle one.
Oh my God! See, like if you close your eyes, it looks like there's a war in Japanese ear.
And I used to learn and hear a lot of things on the radio and this Superman on things like that.
Oh yeah, because there's still so many Superman and superheroes at the time too. You have all these
Yeah.
collections.
Yeah. Huh?
The shadow, can you do it?
I used to do the shadow, but I don't know if I could do it in a major. What evil lurks in the hearts of men, the shadow.
I never heard of that.
Not as good.
Shadow.
Yeah, there used to be a program.
Lamont Cranston.
Is that he's a bad guy? Is Shadow a bad guy?
No, he's a good guy.
Oh.
Lamont
He
Cranston.
used to disappear. His name was Lamont Cranston, and when he'd go after the people.
Is that animated?
No, it was on the radio.
Oh, radio,
It
I'm
was on
sorry.
radio. And then, did you ever hear Vince Sanctum?
No, what is that?
Vince
Sorry.
Sanctum.
So before you, that was a gentleman used to tell a story,
Mystery story.
very risque story, and
Oh, okay.
at the end of the story, he used to say, well, he says, well, I hope you enjoyed the show. He says, see you next week.
To do a closing. Do a closing.
So you do all this radio sound and you comedy.
I do a radio sound. I did, I did a little singing. I imitated Al Jolson and a few others, and I just see that whenever I heard something that I liked, I said I can do that, and I just did it.
Wow.
What's that? Driving the horses, the cowboys, and when they were fighting each other and hit the rocks in there. Little things like that,
That's cool.
Right.
But my question now, Daddy, what year did you join and how long did it? You said you told me there's like so many weeks before that you won this competition.
Well, I learned in camp, and when I came back, my mother heard me do all these things. Where did you learn how to do that? I says, I don't know. I just picked up things in the camp, and whenever I hear something, I do it. Says I'm going to call Major Bowles. I'm going to see if I can get you.
Whose name?
Major Bowles.
Major Bowles. See?
Original.
You heard about Major Bowles?
Yeah. And I said, okay. I says, but Ma, I'm only doing it. I'm going to call Major Bowles and get an appointment for you. She called him up, and they said, okay. She says, bring him in for a rehearsal, and we'll see what we're going to do. So I took in the rehearsal. I was there for maybe 25, 30 minutes. They said, okay, we're going to call you.
Wow.
They're going to call me. And they did.
That's
They
cool.
called me maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks later, a couple of months or something like that, and they sent a limousine around. They sent me a telegram, which I still got home,
Whoa! It's a souvenir.
from Connie Mack, which was his secretary. And Major Bo says, get a hold of him and pick them up with the limousine and bring them to the theater.
Is it a contest itself, or you just have to show there? Was it a contest?
Yeah, it was like.
Well, it's actually like a contest where
It's a
people
amateur show, you know.
Ah.
at the theater and people who are listening on the radio would
Could vote.
go in and see who the winners were, you know, so
And how long did you last? How many weeks did you win? How many?
about 8 times I won straight.
Oh, look at that! 8 times.
8 times, and then we were selling war bonds during the war.
Mm.
I went to the local Navy Yard and I did my invitations and stuff there. And he says, Tony, he called me Tony, he says, we're gonna go far. Because he took care of Frank Sinatra. Now, Frank Sinatra made it on his program.
Okay, who's this person again?
Major
Major
Bowles,
Bowles.
yeah.
I have to research for that one. I swear.
Now, like I said, I got a lot of stuff home that you haven't
Okay.
seen. Next time you come, I'm
Yeah.
gonna show you everything. So he made arrangements and all that, but evidently somebody bedazzled him or something. They put him in jail because he said he was taking money and all that. And he wound up dying in jail.
Ooh.
And there went my career.
Oh no!
Sinatra got by and he did all right.
Oh, you should have been like from counterpart with Sinatra at the time. Wow.
Right after Sinatra, not too long after him, you know.
Alright. Well, for Aunt Norma, when did you start working on, doing this like into music and singing as well? Were you like young, getting lessons or something?
When my children were in school,
Oh, already.
I-
Okay.
go to the Mothers Club. And what we used to do is we put on a show.
Mm-hmm.
And I participated in the show. Originally, I was just there to, more or less, to help with the costumes, because I always said I had no talent. But they said to me, no, we'll let you do something in Panama.
Okay.
So one of the things I did was dressed up like a hippie, with a skirt and a plaid shirt and the dark stockings and
Uh-huh.
a guitar, and I put my foot up on a bench and I sang, if I had a hammer,
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
hammer in the
I haven't done
I
it
did a
yet.
few things like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
So
that was
from
the
there it
first
just
time.
started. Ah,
But then,
I see.
many years later, when I met Sonny,
You
I
started
joined,
performing.
yeah,
Going back to Daddy. Daddy, you said you how do you call this? You had a show. I saw it on one of the newspaper that you posted there in the room about you performing in St. Anthony's Church or something, or I don't know.
Well, it's in Anthony's Church. Before
That's right.
I went into the army, I had 2 weeks to go in the army, and Father Arthur, who was the parish priest,
Uh-huh.
comes over to me and says, we're missing a guy in one of our shows, and we'd like you to do a show. I said, Father, I'm going away in the army. He says, well, it's only a small part. I says, Father, I don't have the time to do that. He says, you can do it. He says, so I said, okay. I went in and I looked at the book and all that, and it was Charlie's aunt.
Charles Hands.
Charlie's aunt. And when he told me what part I was playing, it's one of the two men in the play. It was the biggest part in the show.
Okay.
I thought, Father, I'll never learn this. He said, yeah, no, you got a good memory, you'll do it. And I didn't learn my part, I learned everybody else's part.
Yeah.
And I did the show, and it went off great.
That's good.
So, you know, we
But
had
how long was it run?
the show.
Yeah.
It was just that one night in the church, and they met, like I told you before, they messed up on the camera.
Aw.
Somebody, but they took a whole pictures of the whole play, and when they went to read it, they what are
they
they?
went to show doubles.
Double
Exposed,
double exposed. We were running across the church,
Oh.
and I said, that would have been nice for me. I would have kept that. You know?
I know. But at least I saw a picture on the
Yeah,
newspaper that you were
They
there.
did good, and they-
And this other guy was like in drag.
Yeah. Father says, say, son, you did a great job. We want to thank you. Everybody says, yeah, everybody.
That's good.
And then after that, I went into the army. And
Yeah, that's because he went to the Korean War, but he was supposed to be going there, but something happened to you when he got some.
yeah, when they gave everybody,
Shots.
they gave everybody the shots, because I was in Louisiana doing all
Yeah.
that. What do you call all those tests?
Yeah,
the
tests.
jungle and all that. And when I went to take the test with the whole battalion, I got up the next morning, my arm was like
Big.
twice as big as mine. I said, what the heck? Well, I went to the medics, and they checked me out, and they said, well, you can't go with you guys. I says, I have to, these are my friends. I says, what am I gonna do? They says, you're gonna stay here for another 2 months until we can give you another test, and then we'll worry about sending you there. I said, well, I don't have a choice. So I waited about a couple of months. Finally gave me another test.
Mm-hmm.
I got up the next morning, everything was fine. I said, well, I guess Korea, here I come.
Yeah.
So when they put the papers out and all, I wind up going to London, England.
See.
And I said, wow.
Well,
I got the,
see the Queen.
by way of Breckenridge.
Yeah.
In Germany, we went through Germany, we never even saw the town because there was so much fog. They had to have one of these bobbies,
Yeah.
cups.
Yeah, the Bobby. Bobby's a called
Flashlight, leading the bus into where we had to go. Finally, we stopped off, and we went to Bushy Hall, which is nothing but a mud hole.
Yeah.
All mud. We had to put our own consulates and everything up. 5 miles from London. They put me in S2 section where I had to take fingerprints of everybody who
Yeah.
came in. I learned how to type. And I played a little semi-pro baseball.
Oh, cool.
So I was there for a whole year.
But you told me before you were there during the coronation of Queen Elizabeth.
Yes, I saw the coronation because it was right in England that year.
Oh, lucky.
I went to I had some pictures. I don't know where the pictures are. I think I just threw them away. But I saw the crown. I saw the big
Parade.
parade. It was great. It was great.
Oh, that's
All
cool.
gold. All
Yeah.
gold.
Gold coach.
Wow.
Cold,
I want to
cold,
see that when I go
cold,
to.
yeah.
I haven't been to London.
I said I could use one of those spokes.
But speaking of, Norma, I heard you told me a story a while ago. You had with your first husband, I guess, that you had a bar, and what's the name of the bar again?
Page 3.
Page 3, as you can see. Page 3, that's the souvenir there. This is on 147th Avenue South, near 10th Street, in Greenwich Village, and we're close in Greenwich Village right now. And I googled it right now, it became, I forgot, agave. Agave now, became agave. So at least there's a souvenir for Ashtray. It was a club. And what kind of club is that?
A nightclub.
A nightclub.
Dancing
And there's some,
entertainment.
there's some drags already there. And at that time, like, in that town, there's already some drag queens are performing. And you told me the story a while ago. You were walking with the guys, and
Oh,
you're.
I went to, I went with the gay guy who used to run the show
Uh-huh.
in the club, and his name was Kiki Hall. And we went to this bar uptown where it was all gay men.
Uh-huh.
And when I walked in and I was walking with all the men, my husband and plus the gay guys, and I said, you think you men will think that I'm a guy in drag?
Because she's wearing like pants there, it's not a
I wear
skirt.
pants.
So they thought she'd be a
I'm with these
a drag
guys,
queen.
with these guys, you know. And what am I doing in a gay bar
I know.
for men?
Well, actually, I think the trend right now is called a fag hag. But of course you're not. And then you met, and you have some shows. I can show some of the photos here.
Yes, I'm
What they're doing is, these are the photos here. Like, show them. They have this. Don't mostly. They do. You do what? You do some shows from a certain center here in New York.
yeah, couple of seconds.
Out Pompey is what they call it, and this is.
Washington Square.
Yeah, Washington Square. That is doing the Phantom here. I think his mask like fell off.
The opera.
And look, she's doing drag too as well. What is this thing you sing? The Sister, you said?
Sisters from White Christmas.
Sisters from White Christmas. And Aunt Norma is doing like the Three Kings. She's one of the king.
So was Daddy.
Oh yeah, so Daddy there. So these are some of the shows they did in way back. And look at this. That's the prehistoric thingy. I thought it was the Flintstones. And they have the shows mostly the program. And so presently, usually Daddy comes here and visits Aunt Norma. And what do you usually do here when you come over here? When Daddy comes here, you play your favorite.
We do our jigsaw puzzle.
They get on with all this I couldn't do this, I swear. These jigsaw puzzles, they're doing it. And how many jigsaw puzzles have you done for the past so many years?
40.
Oh my God, that's it.
And I've thrown some away.
See, like four, like shit, Daddy, like 70, right?
What we did is not there.
Oh,
Okay, yes.
some of them are here.
Only a couple of them. We did But,
See, look at
Yeah,
that.
there's the one behind me.
So these are jigsaw puzzles. They did all their lives mostly. So it's a wonderful thing that they're doing. See, look at that.
I have the, wait.
I couldn't
I have
imagine
the-
that.
I have
now
the
they're
Last
doing.
Supper,
The Last Supper. Where is it?
right here.
So, of course, they not really active anymore for the shows that they're doing, unlike before. And look at that! Oh my God, that's the best. How long did it take you to do the Last Supper?
It takes us about,
Couple
you say?
weeks.
yeah, 3 or 4
We
weeks.
don't do too much at the time. We have our little scotch.
That's your favorite hangout, Scotch too,
Some
with drinking.
Some pretzel and stuff like that.
Want this anymore?
That is good, that Norma. So yeah, so this usually that we're doing right now for them to just do that's how they say it, it's their pastime now. Because you stop performing or doing those group singing.
Yeah, because we weren't feeling so good, and I was in 3 groups.
Oh yeah.
I was to rehearsal on a Tuesday 3 times,
Oh,
3
yeah.
different groups, and she'd come with me. It was a lot of work, and you know,
This
the
is
only
it.
thing is, you don't know if they know it, but we met in the funeral parlor.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I think we part for that
A
one.
funeral parlor that we both knew the same lady. I was working in St. Anthony's as the senior club, and
And that's it.
singing and dancing with the ladies and feeding them and stuff like that. And then this one lady used to come down, and she wound up, she passed away, and I went to
She was
see
my
her.
dear friend.
And she went to see her, and
She was my friend.
I walked in with this other lady, Johanna, her name was, and we walked by, and she introduced me, stopped over there, she introduced me to Norma, and she said, well, what do you do? I said, well, I have these senior citizen parties that we have, and I'm gonna give a party, Christmas party. I usually do that every year in my apartment. I would invite the
You said you invite everybody.
choir and some of the ladies and guys at the center, and I says, okay, so she looked at me and she says,
I'm not invited.
you didn't invite me.
I heard this story.
I said, well, I don't know you. I said, but anybody is invited to my house, so you can come. We set the party up, and
It didn't happen.
it never happened because everybody got
That's
sick
it.
all of a sudden.
But I also watched a portion of their, because they've been used in interviews as well. This French producer were interviewing some of the couples and senior citizens in New York, a documentation, and they showed it in France. So I don't know if they've seen it here, but they have a copy of that thing. So they become a star in little France. Then I think in Paris they shown this film about, with French subtitles, they interview not only them, there are other senior citizens here, and that was way back 2010. So I have to see the whole thing again when I come back to Florida. So the reason I call him Daddy because he's my father-in-law, was married to his son Dominic. So thank you so much. This is like a very short but casual interview, or like a time with my dad and father-in-law and Aunt Norma. So thank you for sharing your story, and I hope the next interview maybe we can do it again for sure. This is not the first and the last one. And who knows, some of you might be interviewed by me again next time. Alright?
Thank you
So
very
thank you
much.
so much. Bye.
Bye.
This is Casual Time with Louie with Aunt Norma and Daddy.